Howdy, folks. Today let's talk about the EJ07M again. Ha! Thanks, Bucky, for sending me these. They're freaking rad. I love these things. Also, the aesthetics on these are badass. These are custom Letshuoer EJ07Ms in like a blue with a blue, shell faceplate. They're absolutely gorgeous and flawless and dang, man. So originally I got the EJ07Ms in metal and I did a review and basically later on figured out that the short bores on them were causing ear canal gain at 2.5K, and since they have they have a lot of they have a lot of dBs of gain. I don't know, it's between 8 and 10 dB of pinna gain on the metal shells. It was a lot. And so I set out to retuning those metal shelled headphones, and this is a long time ago. It's like a year ago. Then by retuning them, I pulled the grills off and replaced the dampers individually on the bores. And, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, maybe if I got the resin pair and had them re-shelled, by the way, that's $175, from metal into resin, then that would fix the resonance factor, the 2.5K, and then they would be better and all that stuff, and then my life would be complete. And because I really like the tuning of these, they do, in fact, after I fixed the tuning, I felt like they did have a little bit of extra detail compared to the original EJs, my pride and joy, my loves. So I was thinking, this would be the fix for them. And I just never did it. I retuned the metal ones. Just to go over this real quick. Here is two graphs. Here, I'll make this a little bigger. So this particular pair is in green here. That's this graph. So that's EJ07M in resin. And I got the 8K peak on the money. So this green graph represents something you might not find anywhere else, which is to say an actual resin pair of the EJ07M with the actual intended tuning, I believe, that Letshuoer intended, that the metal shells don't actually do because of the short bore. These do it. So that green graph is what they actually should be. And the purple graph right here is actually my retuning of the metal shells to try and hit some type of tonality that I felt like I could deal with. Now, this pinna gain is not exactly the same on my retuned pair versus the resin pair, but the shells on the metal, on the purple graph, are actually very, very short. So that's, I think, adding in a few more dB of ear canal gain around 2.5K. That's my opinion about that. So in the end, these sound actually very, very similar, with the edge going to these guys right here. They sound basically perfect in every way. I just adore them. I was going to buy them off of Bucky, but thought to myself, I bet he likes them. And I asked him, and he said, yeah, man, these are really, really good. And I think he'd sell them to me because he's like the coolest, most kind, giving guy. But I couldn't do that to him. So these are going back to him. Said they're, maybe in his top 5 or 3 or something headphones he's ever heard. And that dude has heard a lot of stuff. Holy moly. Probably, I don't know. He's up there, man. A lot more than most folks in the hobby. So thanks, Bucky, for sending me these. This proves my theory. And these are absolutely amazing headphones. The staging on this, just everything about these, it's like an EJ++. The original EJ with just the smallest amount of extra treble in there. I actually did a graph somewhere and I can't find it, and I'm not going to find it, but just take my word on this. These are what Letshuoer intended. The tiniest little bit of extra treble details over the original EJ with everything else on point, and also more bass slam. So a little bit more, like you could say maybe a V-shaped version of the original EJ, but to taste, and very, very, very good. So yeah, if you want to spend, God, I don't know how much they charge you for these right now. It's probably $700 or $800. So these are not cheap headphones, but they're everything I would ever want. And this is like a lifetime pair. If I had these, I would never ever sell them in a million years. Never mind just because they look so pretty, but also because they're flawless builds. There's no fingerprints, there's nothing, no dust. They're just shiny, gorgeous, beautiful. and they sound as good as they look. Right on. Talk to you on the next one.